All right, so as promised, I will go through every single one of the problems in 1.4 of beginning and intermediate algebra. You can see the link in the description down below. If you can't find it, it's in some other description or in the about page. Okay, so let's start with number one. Okie dokie. So it is 3 over 5 multiplied by 1 plus p equals 21 over 20. So can we add what's in the brackets? No, we can't, because you can't add 1 to 1 pineapple. All right, it has to be, you can only add pineapples with pineapples. So if it would be p plus p, we would have 2p. But since it's 1 plus p, we can't do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply this bugger by this and then by this. So anything multiplied by 1 is the thing you started with. So 3 over 5 times 1 equals 3 over 5. 3 over 5 times p equals plus 3 over 5p. And that equals 21 over 20. All right. Now, if you recall, in the lecture, there's two ways of doing this. We're going to do like in the book. And we're going to look at the lowest common denominator in these fractions. So we have a 5. So if I had, let's say, 5 over 5, that would cancel this 5. 10 over 5 would cancel this 5. 15 over 5 would cancel this 5. 20 over 5 would cancel this 5. And if you say 20, it's going to cancel everything right here. So let's multiply each side by 20. All right, so what does that mean? That becomes 20 over 1, because 20 equals 20 over 1, multiplied by 3 over 5, plus, so this is one thing, plus, you got to multiply this one by here, so 20 over 1, multiplied by 3 over 5p, equals 20 over 1, multiplied by 21 over 20. You see what I did there? I multiplied each element by 20. So let's do some cross multiplication to get rid of these fractions. Here we have 1. Here we have 4. 20 divided by 5 equals 4. 20 divided by 5 equals 4. 20 divided by 20 equals 1. 1 over 1 equals just 1. Let's put a big fat 1 here. All right. So 4 times 3 equals 12. Remember, this is 1 now. So 1 times 1, we don't care. 4 times 3 times p equals 4 times 3 equals 12. 12 times p equals 12p. So plus 12p equals 21 over 1 equals 21. All right. So we're going to take, there's a 12 here. We're going to subtract 12 from both sides, right? Because we want to isolate the p. That's 12p equals 21 minus 12 equals 9, right? Let's go right over here. And 12p equals 9. So let's divide both sides by 12. And I get p equals 9 over 12. P equals, if you divide both by 3, you get 3 over 4. Is that the right answer? Yes, it is. Very good. Let's move on to number 2. All right. So minus 1 over 2 equals 3 over 2k plus 3 over 2. All right. So if we take a look at this, everything is over 2, which is awesome. All right. That's going to make things a lot easier. Let's get rid of these fractions. We multiply everything by 2. So this bugger here and this bugger here, we're going to multiply by 2. All right. So let's do it. 2 is really 2 over 1 multiplied by minus 1 over 2. That equals this. You have to multiply this by this and this by this. Each item has to be multiplied by 2. So that's 2 over 1 multiplied by 3 over 2 multiplied by k, right? That's what this means. plus 2 over 1 multiplied by 3 over 2. Pretty good? So we're going to do this bugger first, and then we're going to do this bugger, and then we're going to do this bugger. All right, so the 2's cancel, and I'm left with minus 1 over 1. That's negative 1 equals. The 2's cancel, so I'm left with 3 over 1. That's a 3k, right? The k, your k is there. Here, these things cancel, so I'm left with plus 3, right? 3 divided by 1 equals 3. So let's isolate. Let's isolate our unknown variable here on one side and the numbers on the other side. So I have a plus 3 here. I'm going to subtract 3 from this side, subtract 3 from this side. I'm going to get minus 4 equals 3k, right? And I'm going to divide by 3, and I'm going to get k, right, equals negative 4 over 3. Is that the right answer? Yes, it is. Right here, minus 4 over 3. Very good, very good, very good. Is this a negative? Am I tripping? Yes, this is a negative. Oh, this is bad. Let's, I think I'm going to start that one over. Number 3 now. X minus 6 over 5. Okay, so let's take a look at this problem. The 0 we can avoid for now. Let's put it right here. Equals. This is going to be negative 5 over 4 times x. That's negative 5 over 4 times x. And then negative 5 over 4 times negative 6 over 5. So that will be negative 5 over 4 times negative 6 over 5. Now, if we do the cross multiplication here, minus 5 divided by 5 equals negative 1. Minus 5 divided by 5 equals 1. 6 and 4 here, they have 2 in common, right? So 4 divided by 2 equals 2. And negative 6 divided by 2 equals negative 3. So what we really have here is minus 5 over 4 x. And then we have here minus 1 over 2 times minus 3 over 1. Do we agree? That's what we just did there. So when you multiply two negatives, you get a positive. So 0 equals negative 5 over 4x. 1 times 3, or negative 1 times negative 3 equals 3. So it's a positive 3. And the bottom, 2. That's what that problem looks like right now. Okay. Going here, I want to put this 5/4 on the left side. So what do? I add 5/4x. 5/4x. So, and I add 5 over 4x on this side. So the problem becomes 5 over 4x equals 3 over 2. Now, we've got to get rid of these fractions. I have a 4 and a 2 as a denominator. So what could I multiply all this by in order to get rid of the fractions? Well, I can multiply everything by 4, right? So this thing I can multiply by 4. This thing I can multiply by 4. So let's do it. 4 over 1, that's 4, times 5 over 4 times x equals 3 over 2 times 4 over 1, because that's what 4 is. We cross these out. Here it becomes a 1. Here it becomes a 2. Be careful. So 1 times 5 equals 5. Here are the ones we forget about it. 5x equals 3 times 2 equals 6. Because 1 times 1 equals 1. So if I divide by 5 here, both sides, I get x equals 6 over 5. Is that the right answer for number 3? Where are you, number 3? How did I get there? Hold on. How did that happen? 1.4. Okay, here we go. Number 3 is 6 over 5. Yes, that's the right, correct answer. Okie dokie. Number 4 now. Notice I'm not skipping any. Your teacher, who's supposed to be teaching you, will skip many. So, number 4. 3 over 2n minus 8 over 3 equals negative 29 over 12. All right. So, I think I look at this, when I see fractions, I want to get rid of them, right? If I don't see any brackets, I want to get rid of the fractions. So what do? Well, I take 12. If I divide 12 into 2, will I get something? Yes. If I divide 12 into 3, will I get something? Yes. So I can get rid of everything if I multiply everything by 12. So let's put it right here. 12 over 1 times 3 over 2 times n. Then we have minus 8 over 3 times 12 over 1 equals, we have minus 29 over 12 times 12 over 1, right? Because if I'm multiplying this by 12 and I'm multiplying this by 12, well, I'll get rid of these fractions. So we cross multiply. 12 divided by 2 equals 6, so this equals 1 and this equals 6. 12 divided by 3, that equals 4. 12 divided by 12, they just cancel each other out. So let's take a look at this problem. 6 times 3, that's 18, n. Minus 8 times 4, that's 32, equals minus 29, right? Because we got rid of the 12. All right, let's move this bugger here. And we do that by adding 32 on both sides. And then I'm left with 18n equals, this is eliminated, minus 29 plus 32, does that equal 3? I think it does. If I divide both by 18, I get rid of this, n equals 3 over 18. If I divide this by 3 and this by 3, I will get 1 over 6. And let's see if I got the right answer. Yeah, 1 over 6, got it. Moving along at kaleidoscopic speed. Problem 5. Let's go, problem 5. I don't know what just happened there. All right, problem 5. So I have here 3 over 4 minus 5 over 4m equals 113 over 24. Well, that looks tough. Let's work it out. All right, if we want to get rid of the fractions, what could we do? We could multiply everything by 24. That would certainly solve our problem. So let's do that, shall we? So 113 over 24 multiplied by 24 over 1. 3 over 4 times 24 over 1 minus 5 over 4 multiplied by 24. Oh, actually there's an m here. Multiplied by 24 over 1. All right. So this cancels out and it becomes 6. This cancels out and it becomes 6. This cancels out and it just, that's the number, right? So let's rewrite this. 3 times 6 equals 18 minus 5m times 6, that is 30m, right? 5m times 6 is really 5 times m times 6. You can combine these two to do 30m. All right, and that equals 113. Let's move this aside. All right, so let's move that 18 on the other side by subtracting 18 on both sides. And you're left with minus 30m equals, oh boy, 113 minus 18. If you take out your calculator and do it, I think you'll get 95. That's fine. So now I want to isolate the m. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 30 to get rid of that negative 30 in the negative 30m. All right, so now I'm left with m equals negative 95 over 30. So I guess I could divide by 15, right? Can I? Or just 5? Yeah, I think I can divide by 5. Let's divide both sides by 5. Both the top and the bottom by 5, I should rather say. So I believe that gives 19. Don't forget to carry over the negative sign. 30 divided by 5 equals 6. Can't do much more with that. M equals negative 19 over 6. Is that the right answer? Yes, it is. All right. Moving on to number 6. Number 6. All right. 11 over 4 plus 3 over 4r equals 163 over 32. Wow, now we're getting complicated there with these fractions. But nevertheless, they're making it a little bit easy for us to get rid of the fractions because they're all taking like multiples of the bigger number, right? And 32, 4 times 8 equals 32. So these 4, if I multiply everything by 32, I should be able to get rid of these fractions, right? Because 32 divided by 4 is a whole number. So let's do this right away. So I'm going to put a 32 here over 1 multiplied by 11 over 4 plus 32, sorry, that sucks. 32 over 1 multiplied by 3 over 4r equals 163 over 32 times 32 over 1. Like, I'm deliberately doing it this way so that way you get it. You know, I'm taking my time to really do each and every problem fully so that you get it. So 32 divided by 4, well, that gives you 8 over 1. Same thing here, 8 over 1. Here these cross out, right? So you're left with 163 over 1. Here it's 8 times 11, which is 88 over 1, plus 8 times 3r, that equals 24r. And here I have 163 over 1, which is, in other words, saying 88 plus 24r equals 163. Now to get rid of that 88, I got to subtract 88, and I have absolutely no idea how to do that. So hold on, because I'm not good at math. 15 minus 8 equals 75. All right. So this cancels out. Let's do it right here. 24r equals 75. I don't think we're going to get very far with that. Divide by 24 both sides. And I get, am I tripping? Is this right? R equals 75 over 24. I'm going to go look and see. Did I get the right answer? I have a feeling I don't have the right answer. Oh, it says 25 over 8. Oh, you can divide by 2. You can divide by 3. Ooh. Hold on. Let's divide by 3 both sides. R equals 25 over 8. Very good, very good, very good, very good. All right. Problem number 7. That looks like a tough one. 635 divided by 72 equals minus 5 over 2 minus 11 over 4 plus x. All right, so there's two things here. There's this part and there's this part. Now, once again, you can't add x's and y's to numbers. All right, so you have to leave it as is, and you will multiply this amount by this and this. So we'll start off by doing that. Equals minus 5 over 2 times minus 11 over 4. So let's do that right now. Two negatives make a positive. So 5 times 11 is 55 over 2 times 4 equals 8. All right, now we have here negative x. So we have to do minus 5 over 2 x. So we get minus 5 over 2x, right? That equals 635 over 72. Now, interestingly, 72 is a common denominator for all these things, right? Because 8 times 9 equals 72. 36 times 2 equals 72. So what you can do is you can basically multiply everything by 72. So this crosses out, they become 635. This crosses out, that becomes 9, right? 72 divided by 8 equals 9. So 55 times 9 equals, I have no idea. 5, add the 4, 45, 495. Is that right? 495? Yeah. 495. All right. Minus 72 divided by 2 equals 36. 36 times 5 equals 180. Minus 180x. So what we're going to do is we're going to subtract 495 here, subtract 495 here, and we're going to get that's a 9, that's a 3, 139, 495. Oh, did I do a mistake here? Sorry, let's start over. 635 minus 495. This is 0. This turns into 5. This is 1, 4, 5, 140. So 140 equals negative 180 divided by x. Okay, I will divide both sides by 180. Sorry. 80. And so this crosses out, we only have x, right? And here, if we take off this, I get negative 14 over 18. If I divide everything by 2, I get negative 7 over 9. X equals negative 7 over 9. Let's go take a look at the answer. Negative 7 over 9, we're good. We're good. All right, let's keep on going. Number 8. Bueno, what's number 8? Minus 16 over 9 equals negative 4 over 3 times 5 over 3 plus n. All right, so this pretty much stays here. 16 over 9. So we can't add n's to 5 over 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and multiply it by these two numbers. So we get minus 4 over 3 times 5 over 3. And then we get minus 4 over 3 times n. All right, so let's do this. First of all, can we get rid of something? No. So negative 4 times 5 equals negative 20 over 3 times 3, 9. Minus 4 over 3, n, equals negative 16 over 9. Now, at this point here, we want to get rid of the fractions. If I take 9 and divide into 9, I get 1. If I take 9 and divide into 9, I get 1. If I take 9 and divide into 3, I get 3. So I get rid of this, all the fractions. So what I'm going to do is, just for the sake of our thing, I'm going to multiply both sides by 9. If we do the same thing to both sides, there's no problem. We maintain the equality of this equation. So this erases. This becomes minus 16 equals 9 divided by 9. This erases. This erases. That becomes negative 20. If I put another 9 here, 9 times here, if I divide, remove the 3, right? 9 divided by 3 equals 3. So that's 3 over 1 really. So negative 4 times 3 equals negative 12n. All right. Put everything to one side. Plus 20 here. Plus 20 here. Right? This erases. This becomes 4. So minus 12n equals 4. Divide both sides by negative 12. I get n equals negative 4 over 12. If I divide by 4, the top and the bottom, I get n equals negative 1 over 3. Oops, I made a little mistake here. All right, so if I look here at the answer, n equals negative, number 8, negative 1/3, that's good. All right, that's it for now. We'll do another video after.